So I've come up with a plan that's probably either going to net me a lot of money, or it's probably going to lose me the campaign due to overextension. We will see what happens upon my turn, but I'm going to try and colonize the Black Flood, while simultaneously building a sort of garrison force back home. I'm going to get a second army up and running.
Yeah, and I'm basically going to just build some buildings quickly.
Yes. Do it.
Don't know which ones I want to build though. Fucking hell, the trading post is $5,000. That's not fucking worth it.
Like what it would give you? No, probably not.
No, because it's only 2% from trade. But as the game goes on, trade doesn't necessarily go up that high. Right, I'm definitely going to build the Siege Workshop. And in Zarakzil, I'm going to build the Rangers Outpost, I think. And hopefully I can get back to Zarakzil before any random army decides to show up and destroy it again.
Hopefully it'll be alright.
Yeah.
How you doing for money now? Income-wise?
I'm in positive now. Yeah.
Okay.
But again, I can't field large armies because of the
grudges.
Not the grudges. The because I don't have Caracate Peaks. That debuff
of course.
I get.
What are you gonna do about Well, are you gonna like hang around Skaven Blade, or are you gonna home?
I'm gonna go back because I need to reinforce. But I wonder how much it is to what do you call it? Occupy it, because it's usually manpower and a bit of money in it.
It's usually manpower only.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Usually. I could be very wrong.
I'm going to go back anyway because I need, as boring as it's going to be, I'm actually going to play like a dwarf. Because before I was trying to push out like incredibly quickly, but dwarves excel at defending territory.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play it incredibly passively.
And build up.
And actually build up properly instead of trying to push out immediately.
Yeah.
Because I just proved that the dwarf army can actually overcome great odds, even though I was cheesing that a little bit. But so yeah.
Well, I got my Death Hag back, and I'm recruiting my 2 Reapable Throwers that I lost. Like standard at like rank 1, they come in with 408 missile damage. So OP. Like my new hero has a sword and crossbow. His missile damage is nearly 1,000. Like, what?
Yeah.
Fortune to kill, weapon strength for dread spears, dark shards. Yes, I think I'm gonna get that. More missile damage as well. Don't mind if I do. Because I've probably fucking lost a shit ton of missile damage now that Malekith isn't here right now. Upgrade available. I'm still waiting for level 4 for Nagarond, so I can build the unique building. That way I can recruit Blackguard and Nagarond whenever I want.
Yeah.
But I think I am going to recruit a Lord. So the upkeep is 288 for the majority of them. Malekith is going to take 7 turns to come back. Sword and shield, and sword and crossbow. Might go for another sword and crossbow, maybe. Because I'm thinking like I could get them on the dragon.
Yeah.
And have a really good ranged unit. I think I'll do that. So that's an income of $1,000. And if I can get him like just some dark shards for now, they have an upkeep. Then again, though, with Grimhammer, like the upkeep for units all across the board, I believe, has gone up.
Yeah, they've been tweaked.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Yeah, it's why I'm struggling to field a large professional dwarf army.
Because like right now in vanilla, I probably by now by like turn 50, I'd have 3 Dark Elf armies on the go right now.
Oh, the dwarfs are asking me for cent. Military access, which I'm going to give them. Oh, I should have asked for money. Oh well.
You should have, yeah.
Yeah. It's like in my Empire campaign, I think I'm on turn 30. I've got
Aye.
2 provinces, 2 armies, and like I'm casually like sat back playing the game because it's just easing mode compared to what I've had to deal with in this.
But hey, it's been fun though, yeah.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Like all the moaning in like the previous videos was just from frustration, not from lack of enjoyment.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's a challenge, and like you're gonna feel a lot better when you break through.
Yeah. Like I said, this is by far the hardest campaign I've ever played.
Yeah.
And that's not an exaggeration. I played some like bullshit campaigns.
I always feel like campaigns get more difficult when you play multiplayer.
Yeah. It's like up until this campaign, the hardest campaign I ever played was actually when I played Rome 2 as the Germanics. Because their troops to begin with are shit. And
Makes sense.
And
you're probably like tribesmen.
Basically, they're just naked spear guys. So yeah.
I don't know why they didn't have the wherewithal to say, maybe it might not be too bad if we wear like some scaled leather.
Yeah, basically. I mean,
that might help.
Yeah. Talking about medieval or like old-fashioned weapons, I really want a Dane axe.
Do you?
Yeah.
Like a one-hander?
Two-hander.
Ah. Going for the war axe, I like it.
Yeah, big old...
Double-bladed?
No, because that's like proper fantasy, the double-bitted axes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're like impractical because if you're like swinging them around...
Fucking chop your own arm off.
You can like unintentionally hit people, and it just adds weight to the end of the thing, because believe it or not, you need to actually have a nimble axe head, otherwise you can't. It basically would take too much effort to get the speed in the axe.
That's like a trope.
Yeah, it's like a fantasy thing. They look cool, that's why. Like the great axes in my fucking dwarf army now have a double-bitted axe.
Yeah, yeah.
So they do look cool, but a proper Dane axe is actually smaller than what people think. Right.
I don't know what kind of like medieval weapon I'd go for. I'd love to get a longbow.
Yeah.
Like I would love to train in archery. Like it would really build, because like your body composition would change from like doing archery for like hours a day.
Yeah. Do you know their bone mass was different on each side of their body during the medieval period because of that?
Makes sense, yeah. I mean, they would have trained at what, like the age of 7 for like 2 hours a day, probably.
Yeah, like in England, you had to train after Sunday Mass.
Yeah, I think
it was like
that.
It was like law.
Yeah, that's a really good law, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, like, this could be controversial, but I wouldn't mind something like that coming in, like basic kind of like a basic training program, kind of like what they have in Israel. Like, you have to do service for like at least a year.
It would solve a lot of problems with people just not doing anything. Because when you do training like that, it kind of instills like self-dependence and kind of like discipline in you.
Yeah.
So you've got more motivation to do something instead of just sitting around all the time.
And self-confidence as well. You'd feel a lot better about yourself.
Yeah. Right. I tried to steal technology from Carrick Zilthin.
But like at the same time, though, I can see why a lot of people wouldn't agree with that. Because like they say, it's like you should have like free will and all that. You should be able to decide whether or not you want to do that.
Yeah, and I agree with like freedom of speech and freedom to do what you want, but at the same time, it don't work.
Yeah.
Like, if you wanted like proper like freedom of will, take like the Roman period for example, like the Gauls and stuff. They were probably the most free people to have ever existed. Like as like societies, not like as hunter gatherers.
Yeah.
So like, it worked up until like certain things had to get done. So militarily wise, it doesn't work. Technologically wise, it doesn't work. And like culturally, even though they were quite rich culturally, it doesn't work as in the sense of like cultural advancement. If that makes any sense.
No, it does. Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
But like, if it was to like come to a vote, would you vote in mandatory like army service for like, let's say, 2 years?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would too.
Yeah. I also don't like the bullshit. I've gone through this before. Like when I applied for the army, I was 18 stone, but I was playing rugby and I was a prop, and it was the fittest It was the fittest I've ever been. Like especially cardio wise, strength wise, I'm about the same still. And
But cardio, yeah, you're up there.
Yeah, literally, I was, because of my rugby. Like I wasn't a professional, but I'd say it's a career because I played rugby from like multiple teams. But
yeah.
I could run. I would run every other day. I'd run 10 miles, and I'd get 7 to 8 minute miles for the whole thing.
Nice, man.
Right, so that's like the level of fitness I had. When I went on work experience, the guys that told me, "Do not apply for the infantry, apply for the paratroop regiment." Right, because of my fitness. He said like I could blow through fitness wise. Like it'd still be hard, but compared to a lot of people he has, like I would find it relatively easy. And I was like, okay, all right, whatever. Went to college. Then I applied for the army, and then they turned around to me and said that I was too heavy, despite the fact that out of the 60 people that went for the course, the fitness course to get tested, out of the 60 people, I come 15th in the mile and a half, right? But that's not my strength. My strength was in 2 minutes, right? You had to do 50 sit-ups. I did 100
2 minutes.
In 2 minutes. I did 180.
Right? 2 minutes, holy fuck.
In 2 minutes, yeah. This is like, because I'm strong now, but because of my weight, I can't shift quickly.
Yeah.
And then in 2 minutes, I did 160 press-ups.
Holy
right?
shit.
So
like,
I was
stopping?
Yes, I was like a vibrator.
Fuck.
I was literally like up, down, up. Like, I literally, you know when you see like people on like YouTube when they're doing like incredible like feats of strength, like the flag, I could do the flagpole back then.
Yeah.
So like I was incredibly like robust when it comes to strength.
Yeah.
So I, especially with the press ups, right? I was past. I was the highest one. The one in number 2 spot did 100 in 2 minutes.
Wow, man.
Right. So right. So I said to him, I was like, not quite, but I almost doubled the closest person to me when it comes to physical strength.
Yeah.
And you're like, no, bro, you're 18 stone, you're too heavy. And I'm like, I'm not a fucking, like I've said it before, I'm not a marathon runner. I'm like, essentially what I wanted to do was go in the army, and I actually wanted, to begin with, I wanted to be like a light machine gunner.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the fucking guy with the big gun carrying
like
all
the
the
heavy
equipment.
guy.
Yeah, basically. And that reflects in like loads of things. Like I love dwarfs because they're the big beefy fucking heavy dudes. When I play like Battlefield, I actually prefer playing the light machine gun classes.
Yeah.
And it's why like when we play Planetside, I want to play the light machine gun class, but I just don't like the random RNG when it comes to aiming down sight.
Yeah. Well, like you're using a fucking like the LMGs you can buy later on are actually pretty good in terms of grouping.
But
yeah.
So
I get you, man.
And when he told me that, I got disheartened for it. I had to start working in factories, and then I broke my Achilles tendon, and then I broke my collarbone immediately after that, and that's when I piled on all my weight. Because I was still eating the same amount of food without training for like a year and a half.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, and that's what killed my cardio. Because strength-wise, I didn't actually lose that much strength. I just put weight on and lost all of my cardio. And holy shit, the
yeah, go on.
There is a massive Beastman army in my lands.
Well, the Greyherds have awoken.
Yeah, this might be troublesome because
like going over what you were saying about the fact that you can do like 180 in 2 minutes. Like I can do like I did show you my times for like 45, didn't I?
Yeah.
Like I can do 50 now, but like after the 50th rep, I'm like struggling to get that rep.
Yeah,
you know, the 50th one, I'm like my fucking arms are shaking. I'm like I can't do it anymore.
Literally,
and like trying to picture you doing 180 is mind-boggling.
Literally, back then, right?
And like I'm only like maybe 82, 83 kilos.
Yeah, back then my level of fitness was absurd compared to what it actually upsets me a little bit that I lost it.
Yeah.
Because the 2 minutes. The reason I had those numbers wasn't because I was struggling towards the end and couldn't complete it. It's because the 2 minutes were over.
Yeah.
I was slowing down, but I was like, especially when it comes to the press ups, I could have carried on going.
Up to about like 2:20.
I probably, yeah. That's not an exaggeration. Like I can remember it clearly. Them
like you weren't tired.
Yeah, them shouting, like, you know when you start to struggle, your back starts to like arc downwards, and you're like shaking. I can remember having a perfectly still back and just having a dull ache in my arms.
Yeah. Fuck me.
Yeah.
That's mad.
So my level of fitness back then was like, well, I was like I was like a world class athlete.
Yeah.
And then I lost it all from like injury
sorry, man.
being lazy and stuff. So,
like, honestly, like I've shown you the gym that I have now. Yeah.
Yeah.
My college. Because like we're gonna be like my entire course, like the going through orientation, like they told us they're gonna be fucking splicing in a shit ton of practical with like a bit of theory. It's like we're gonna be in that gym during class times. I'm gonna be in the gym out of class times. Like if I could fucking get to your level, even like a bit of your level, like I'd be fucking happy.
Because I would like to get back. I know it would take ages to get back to that level because I was literally insane when it comes to fitness.
Yeah, or you're just at the gym for like hours, or
every day at school. So every day at school, we obviously had like gym lessons and that, but during like a break, like our 15-minute break, I was basically just running, right, for the 15 minutes, and then during the half-hour break or like 40-minute break, I was essentially playing rugby.
Yeah.
Right, and then after school, I'd go for a run if I wasn't training.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'd go for a run and I'd do like body weight exercises, and then if I was training, I'd be running anyway because it was rugby training. But I'd do 2 hours of training, and then we'd play like a 30-minute match. And then on the weekends, I'd go camping, and this was back in the day when I had no light gear whatsoever, and it wasn't like a case of, well, I didn't have a car, but it wasn't a case of like just walk out of town slightly and camp. Me and my mates were like, let's go to the other side of the forest, kind of thing.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, so we would walk like 10 miles to the other side of the forest just for a laugh, go with our like stupidly heavy bags, and then
that's literally like what they put through fucking Marines, like in training,
and
like
we did it for
drill
like
marching, pretty much.
Yeah, we was basically yomping. Yeah, we was doing it for shits and giggles.
Yeah,
right. And I look at that now, and it's because like I think you're aware, like my back's been playing up, and I have to do a shitload of hiking rather than running at the moment.
Yeah.
And like I was thinking today, ironically, I get fitter and stronger when I'm injured, because I've got a weird mentality. As soon as I'm injured, I'm like, it's the stubborn part of me where
push through it.
Yeah, I'm injured. I will not let this injury like claim my life or like dominate my like lifestyle or whatever.
Yeah.
So like my back's injured, and I'm like, nope, go for a fucking 4-hour hike kind of thing to build up the muscles around my lower back. Do sit-ups. Like whenever I'm injured, because it's the same thing with like my rotator cuffs. When I tore my rotator cuffs, after they like semi-healed, I just did rotator cuff exercises for probably about 4 months straight, and I haven't had an issue with them since. So like I tend to go over the top with them.
You know what you're doing.
Like,
it's quite clear, yeah. Because like my fucking like right ankle, my fucking deltoid, and my lower back's been fucking me, but I still go to the gym 3 hours 5 days a week. So
yeah. Right, what am I doing? This guy is.
Are you gonna like repopulate Skaven's Blade?
At some point, not now, because I actually do have to come back to my territory, because like I've had a rebellion, so it's a small orc force. Rebellion. But that's not the issue. I'm worried that it's Kazrak the One Eye is the special character, Beastman. He's popped up, and he's got a 14 stack. But from what I can see, he has got Minotaurs in his army. I think I'd be able to defend Karak Kaizor with just the garrison, but I know Karak Bufdar wouldn't. So I'm trying to march my army up and I'm basically going to block the passage. So if he decides to attack, either way, I can hop over, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm heavily expecting for there to be Skaven presence in these runes. Like, do Skaven just spawn, like, if a rune's been a rune for too long?
I honestly, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Because I've never played as them, so I'm not entirely sure how they work.
I guess we're about to find out.
Yeah.
Because I want to go into Grief, but I'm getting the fucking sword symbol, so...
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah. Oh no, I can just take it. Cost some up a... lower the cost. Oh, the more that... Oh, really? So yeah, I wanted to essentially take, like, 2 units and colonize everything. But it says the more soldiers you have, the lower the cost. That's a fucking annoying little thing to have there.
You asked me how many turns until my guys come back.
Yeah?
It's 11 turns.
11?
Damn.
Yeah, for me it's 6 for Malekith. 11, though.
God damn.
Yeah. That's not a small amount.
No. Oh, it was worth it, because it's enabled me to, do stuff.
Yeah. This is fun. The Black Flood has gas corruption in it due to characters and buildings and commandments.
Huh.
That's great. And you know what? That's also fucking annoying me. The gas corruption in the Iron Mountains is level at 11%, but it should be going down because my untainted highly outweighs the tainted.
Oh yeah, we mentioned this in one of the like a while back.
Yeah, why the fuck ain't that going down?
I have no idea how the corruption mechanics work, because it's exactly the same with my province. I've got way more positive than negative, and I'm getting corruption.
Yeah. But it's not going up, it's just hovering. Like, it's hovering on 11% chaos corruption.
Yeah.
And I feel like even if I were to take out the Norska up north, it wouldn't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like, there should not be any chaos corruption here, because none of the factions that own the rest of the land have any. Well, or they're not chaos factions, you know?
Yeah, I have no idea how it works.
It's weird, man, really weird. Either way, shall we end it off here?
Yeah, apparently.
Yes, let's do that. And, I don't know, maybe colonizing the Black Flood this soon may not be my brightest idea, but we'll give it a go. See you in a bit.
See you guys.